Good morning. So, I want to talk about dealing with loss in your life, regardless of what the loss is. It could be loss of a life partner, it could be loss of a dream, it could be loss of someone close who passed on, it could be loss of your home, your job. Um, Regardless of whatever the loss is an energy. It is a energetic template. And what loss brings is, first of all, it brings down what is so it's kind of like something that breaks down your reality and breaks down your security or your beliefs. But it is also something that creates change. And inside of change and going into the unknown, going into new territory, there is immense expansion in that. So there's growth, spiritual growth, also growth within the physical world. And there's also fear in that. And there is often sadness in loss. When you're perceiving something as losing it, then it's something that you cherished, it's something that you knew, it was something that gave you some kind of satisfaction, whether it was satisfaction of security or whether it allowed you certain privileges or companionship or a sense of, typically I want to say, like a sense of security, a sense of love, a sense of knowing where you stand. And when your things in your life start breaking down, it is an opportunity for growth. It is an opportunity for change. It is an opportunity to live another lifetime within this lifetime. It is an opportunity to know ourselves better and to know what we are capable of and what we are able to do, and what we do with that loss, what we do with that change. That is what is going to determine um, ourselves. Now, many times when we lose and we are, okay, I want to explain this idea because there's so many different aspects to loss. Um, but if we are in a process of perception of losing something, right? Because we never lose anything really, because we are, everything is in existence all at once. But we are in this human experience, and this human experience is playing out in this timeline, and we are in an experience of expansion and constant change and constant. Um, it's an experience. And so when we have a sense of loss, it can be very frightening at first, or it can be very frightening, or it can be very sad. It can be very detrimental. It can feel like our whole world is falling apart. And that there, in the beginning, when we lose, there's also a shock. We feel a sense of, where do I go from here? What does this all mean? And it starts opening up questions within ourselves. And it, it is an opportunity for us to rise into this place and rebuild ourselves, because whatever we were holding on to, now there's nothing to hold on to there. There's a void. And there's a void in a way, it can't be in a way of a loss of love. All of a sudden we feel alone and that we're not loved, and or there's a loss of, we feel abandoned, or we feel all of a sudden a sense of I don't know what to do. I don't trust myself. And so it's an opportunity to stand up within ourselves and to overcome those weaknesses, whatever attachment we had on whatever it is that we have lost or we perceive to have lost. And it is an opportunity for us to give our own selves the security that we need in those places, or the security that, so it's an opportunity for growth. And it is easy to get stuck in that spiral. If we don't stand up in responsibility to ourselves within those places, then we can get stuck in the loop of the loss for years and years and years. Many of us know people who have gone through divorce or lost their life partner. and that they continuously, for years and years and years, stay in that cycle of being the victim of that loss. So they are not moving on into other aspects of life, other experiences, and they're not rising into their greatness because they're afraid of their own selves. They're afraid of having to expand, or they don't trust themselves in those places, or we don't trust ourselves in those places. And when we can look at loss in a way of, first of all, allow yourself to go through the loss, because in order to get the lessons and in order to rise from it, in order to be the phoenix that rises from the ashes, first you have to allow everything to burn down. So you have to allow yourself to experience that loss. Just in experiencing the pain of the loss, there is expansion, because you go within yourself to depths that you didn't even know existed. And only within those depths are you able to let go, pass through, let go, and rise up, because only then can you truly experience the loss. Only then can you truly, when you allow yourself to feel the pain of it to the intensity that it will take you, that means write it out all the way. Go in it, immerse yourself, allow yourself to feel it, because as you feel it, it will rise, it will bring to the surface why you're feeling that sense of loss. So if it's insecurity within yourself, and it's always insecurity within ourselves, right? Um, and I'm saying this with complete love and understanding and compassion, because loss, a sense of loss, is a human emotion, and it is part of this life experience. It is part of, it is legitimate, and it if you are feel that kind of connection to someone, it means that you are able to, um, within yourself, uh, you have the depth within yourself to create those kinds of connections, which is a blessing in itself, because within creating connections to things, people, situations, homes, within creating those, there's so much joy within the connections that you create. So it is natural, when something is ripped out of your life, to feel a sense of loss, to feel like you're losing a part of yourself, a part of yourself that was created between you and the energy that was between you and whatever it was that you were connected to, and that now you are feeling the sense of loss of. So by all means, there is a deep respect for that connection. And at the same time, sometimes things are ripped out of our lives that we didn't want to happen. And it is, I want to say, the universe's way of coming in and expanding us. It is the universe's way. And sometimes when we let go of things on our own, and there's also pain in that, but sometimes when we don't let go, things are taken away. And it's a kind of like the universe's way to come and give you a kick in the butt and say, okay, move on. There are other aspects to experience. There are other things that you can find joy in, and there's um, other places in the universe that need you to be in them, or other experiences that will give you joy and expand you, things that you didn't even know or comprehend or could have known ever that exist. So anytime you are in a sense of loss, you are you have the opportunity and the capability of expansion into that place. You cannot experience something that you cannot overcome and go through and learn from and expand from. Otherwise, it wouldn't have showed up in your life, and you wouldn't have had the capability from the get-go to make that depth of a connection if you didn't have the capability to go through the loss of that connection. So that things are intertwined, and and connected and cannot be different. So you can trust that you do have what it takes to go through this and to get over it, or to even thrive out the other end of it and see it as a blessing in your life and something that has expanded you and taught you so much about your own self and your capabilities and your powers. And within loss we also learn and uncover talents that we had, or capabilities that we had, or thought processes that are within us that now are coming to the surface through having to experience whatever it is that we are experiencing as a loss. And it also loss is also a teacher of self confidence and trusting in self. Because when we have a sense of losing something, we had some kind of, in order to feel a sense of loss, that means that we had some kind of, the word in Hebrew is tlut, but it's a dependency on whatever it is that we are losing, which is okay. That's part of the human experience. Everything is okay. But when we lose that, that means that we are able to go through it, and we understand the strength that we have within us. And it's a calm strength. It's an easy strength. It's an inner knowing that you are capable and that you are able to go through those deep swooping emotions of pain and fear. And um, notice that there's all that fear always exists in the future. What will be? I mean, unless there's a lion right here breathing down my neck, then fear is just an illusion. It's just a chunk. It's like it's our own projection into the future. So it doesn't even exist really. And so when you learn to live life that way, because fear is an emotion that doesn't that creation doesn't creation can happen through fear, but not thriving creation. Thriving creation comes through inspiration and love, and in a place of giving, which is um, providence, which is abundance, right? Love is abundant. You want to give through abundance. So when you create through love, and true love, unconditional love, you create beauty in your life. And when you create through fear, you're creating through things that are very small, and through emotions, it starts going sideways. It's like you're creating something that's dark. When you create out of fear, then you are creating out of scarcity, out of lack. And then whatever you create is not that thriving beauty like nature. Um, so when you have a sense of loss, it is an opportunity for you to rise above and just know that you do have the capability. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been able to show up in your life from the get-go. You wouldn't, if you were not capable of handling the loss, even of a relationship or of a deep connection with someone, if you were not capable of going through the loss of that, you wouldn't have been capable of creating that bond, because the fear of loss would have stopped the bond from happening from the get-go. So know within yourself. Sometimes there's a lot of power in just knowing something, even if you still have that fear and you still are going to the depths of the pain, and you still don't know what you're going to do, and you still feel like overwhelmed, and sometimes it's even just shocking. You don't even have the emotional capacity to even begin to think of what is going to be from here forward. You are so far into the loss, um, which is all part of the process. That means that you are capable of love. That means that you are capable of connection. That means that you are capable of um, devotion. even if it's devotion to a job, devotion to a product, devotion to a person, devotion to a marriage, devotion to a situation, regardless of whatever it is. Um, so loss is also the I'm going to say proof. Feeling of loss is proof of a capability for bonding. And there's a power in that. And you can find joy in that you have that capability. There are people that don't have the capability to create strong bondages because of the fear of losing whatever it is. So they never fully in their life attach to something or devote to something or go all in. Um, so with dealing with loss, it's knowing that there's life after. It's knowing that there is joy. There's knowing that there is purpose in it. And it's knowing that you are going to come out the other side so much stronger. And you are going to discover yourself within that. And be easy with yourself. Be compassionate. Allow yourself to immerse in those feelings of loss so that you can go through them as quickly as possible. Don't get stuck in the spiral. Because if we get stuck in feeling like we are the victim of our life, oh no, this happened to me and therefore I can never move on, then we are not standing up within our power, and we are not knowing what we are capable of, and we are living in that fear. So you will be living in a literal uh, um, um, hell on earth. When you don't stand up into your power and you consider the loss as something that is detrimental and and I will never get over it, you are signing your own, selling your soul to the devil. And I know that sounds very, very like harsh, but it is, because you are signing off on, I will never overcome this. I am going to be in this loop and spiral and these low emotions for the rest of my life. I'm not worth anything without this, and I will never overcome this in my life. And then you sign that document off and you keep on repeating those words and those thoughts, and it continuously keeps you in that hole. And that is why I have decided to even talk about this, because myself, I feel again and again and again these deep emotions of loss, and again and again and again I rise above, and then I go through it again and I rise above. And change in your life is scary because you're going into territories that you didn't know. There's new things coming into your life, especially if we've been attached to a situation for years and years and years. We don't know different. And all of a sudden, we're having to get back out there in life, sometimes middle age, sometimes even as we're older. And all of a sudden, there's new aspects of life because the world is infinite. And in a minute, I'm going to turn this around and show you where I'm at, and you'll be able to see what I mean. That the world is infinite. There are infinite possibilities available for you in each moment. You have the power to change your life and to take hold of your life and to move on. Allow yourself the time to heal, but at the same time, know that there are endless opportunities for you. There are dreams that you don't even know that you're dreaming yet, that there are doors that are waiting for you to open and to step into. There are versions of you that are waiting to be discovered. And this is the only lifetime that you have to discover yourself and to make your own dreams come true. You can do it. If it's available for others, it's available for you. If you have internet and you're able to watch this video, then you have the ability and you have what you need to be able to move on and to create a magnificent life for yourself. Under Discover yourself, discover what makes you tick. Give yourself the happiness. Don't wait for others to come into your life and make you happy. Go in and do those dreams that you thought about. Write a book, paint Go out into nature, move to where you wanted to move, go travel the world, start a new business. Um, Go talk to the person that you wanted to talk to. Just start getting out of your shell, start moving, start creating movement in your life. And once you do, you'll see that after a while, you'll look back and you'll see the distance that you came. And only you can do it. You are the only one in there with you. You are the only one who knows you completely, or has the capability to know you completely, right? That's what we're doing. We're getting to know ourselves. We're getting put in many different situations, including a situation of loss. We are getting to know ourselves within that situation. How do we react? What is how do we take it? So life is going to bring us all sorts of things that we think that we didn't ask for. We did kind of ask for them because we want expansion. Our soul wants to live this life and to experience this life and to experience all the different aspects of life, including loss, because that is expansion. That is, if you can go through the depths of of loss to its depth, you will realize that you find yourself down. You find yourself way inside of yourself, and it is an experience at the end of your when you hand this body back over into the earth. I'm sitting in a massive cave. When you hand this body back over into the earth, all there is and all there was is the experience and what you have left for future generations, so for their experience, so that they can have an understanding of how to live this, a map for others to live this life more gracefully and more beautifully and more intense and more um, being able to understand that this life is all it is an experience. So even loss is an experience, even if it's a painful experience, the experience that we feel like we're getting dragged down that route, right? Even we typically we avoid those deep of emotions and that kind of pain. So many times when we feel loss, it's not something that we chose. It's something that was chose for us, and it's something that we feel like we're the victim of because we didn't want this. We didn't want this. But in actuality, overall, the big picture, zoom out, we did want this because we want to experience all that life has to offer. We want a life that is grander than, that is grand and open and beautiful and that enthusiastic and that challenges us. We want to be challenged. We don't want to live our lives in a sleeping stupor in safety. We want to get out and to expand ourselves and to see what we're capable of and to do great things and to be in expression, express ourselves. That's what we've come here to do, to learn and to express. Um, that is what I have found to be our destiny. Our destiny is to be us and to bring ourselves forward, our natural way of being, state of being, who we are, the aspects of universe that flow through us, the aspects of God, the aspects of universe that flow through us, to bring those forth into the world. And then you realize that there is a place for you in the world and that you are worthy, and you are worthy of this life, and you are worthy as every other person in the world is worthy. You will get out of life what you believe that you are worthy to get out of life. And that's where this insecurity comes in. If we are feeling this state of loss and we continuously can stay in that spiral of lack of, oh no, loss, it is a place of insecurity. I'm not secure within myself that I can go out and create the life that I want, that there is anything more for me. So within loss, there is a massive, massive, massive stepping stone into yourself. There is a massive lesson in loss. Loss can open up your life and expand your life in ways that you had no idea that there were options for. So when you feel lost, take it as a gift. And I know that when you are in the depth of loss, it's very difficult um, to perceive that because the pain is so deep, and that is part of it. Just endure, go through it, and know that there is a light. Know that you are going to come out of this so much greater and so much grander and so much more understanding of yourself and so much more capable to go through life. You're going to get so many tools through this and you will be able to hold others up in those places and to the depth that you are able to go through it with yourself. So see that it is a gift, and know that it is a gift. Know in your mind, even if you can't bring it into your emotion, it will come there. You will see. You will come through this. So it's all about knowing that you are worthy and finding that worthiness and standing up in it and realizing that this is part of life and this has come to teach you. So I'm going to show you where I am. This morning, I came to this cave that is in Naklamud, near my home. I decided that I wanted to meditate inside of the earth because I felt like the energy of the meditation, also that I feel like I am in a womb, and also understanding that whatever I meditate out goes into the earth, and I feel like it's expanding through the earth all around the universe. So I guess that's the best that I can explain it right now. So I'm going to turn this around and show you where I'm at. So this is the cave I'm in. So just so you have some perspective, that is Rexy, and there is Lola. Lola's sitting right here at my feet. Hello, Lola. And this is a massive cave, massive, beautiful cave down in this valley. And I found myself this nice little corner to sit in. This is where I did my meditation this morning. Had coffee, and I left the house to go meditate. So I am sending you guys so much love. You know what? Let me walk you over to the edge. We're already here. I have to kind of hike it down. I'm going to turn it around so you can see where I'm going. Show you this little valley here. This is just a beautiful, beautiful little valley. I think I'm going to do another video about the shoes that I manifested. I manifested like 5 pairs of shoes. Seems like I'd be able to manifest the land that I want pretty quickly and pretty easily. See, this is where I'm at. There you go. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you so much for being with me this morning. These videos, they're also part of my experience and part of what I'm going through and part of what I'm realizing as I go through it. So it's kind of, for me, it's also therapeutic, therapy. Being able to bring these kinds of things into snakeskin, bring these kinds of things into words also helps me to understand better. Many times when I turn on a video and I start talking, I have no idea what I'm going to say, but I do know that there's something coming through on a certain subject. So I open up the subject and I have one sentence that I say, and then the rest just kind of happens on its own. And that is what channeling is. And it's coming from, it's coming through me, through experiences, through whatever stimulation in my life is. And as I say it, I even know it. So a lot of times I will listen back to videos and I will get messages from from my own self. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.